moms, you will struggle. Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance.
Okay.
Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's going to happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This shit is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. Especially in this economy right now, okay? The world is not set up for single mothers.
I have to agree with her right there. Coffee is being served.
Drink the coffee. It'll make you feel better.
But let's park this video for a second and check out this one.
When I decided to be single and leave my husband and never look back and go do my own thing, I was really scared at first. It was really hard at first. Felt like I was breaking at first. I stuck with it. I worked really hard. I picked up a second job. My small business grew. My relationship with my kids grew stronger. My relationship with myself grew stronger. I felt mentally stable again. I started to love myself even more. I stopped self-sabotaging. I stopped trying to fit myself into a tiny little box to make my husband and other people in my life happy. I stopped asking other people for advice, and I started relying on myself for the information that I needed at the time, or I would go research it myself and make my own decisions. I became sovereign. I gained my autonomy, my full autonomy back. It was hard. Being a single mom is hard. It can be pretty lonely at times, but what's even more lonely is being with someone who promised you love that gave you the opposite and made your life harder, and questioning yourself every day. Being lonely in a marriage is 10 times harder.
So if I'm allowed to keep the music in this video, I will. Because you know it's supposed to set the scene that she triumphed through a marriage where a man made her feel lonely. I guess my question is, as always, for the women who talk about how great it was for them to divorce their husband, the majority of times we know that the reason they use is happiness and things that they promised during their vows they would stick through till death do them part. How is it that they always end up in this situation, still extremely unhappy? Could it be that maybe, just maybe, people need to fight a little bit more for their families to stay together? Listen, maybe there's something I don't know here. I'm open to that. Maybe there's a deep, dark secret that I don't know. But given that she has hours of content, which I'm not going to go through, on her channel of her detailing her experience and her divorce, I'm going to assume she fits right in the box with all the other chicks who are like, hey, nothing has to be wrong to leave. I'm not saying nothing was wrong, but it's that mindset of every reason you feel like leaving, even though you vowed not to leave, through sickness, through health, through difficulty and struggle. Every reason is acceptable. But why do they always get back on here and seem like they're doing a lot worse? Let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon-to-be married men, a single prenup slip-up can cost you tens of thousands later. Waiting until the last minute or signing under pressure are the mistakes that sink most agreements. My step-by-step guide at fathershaverights.com, built with expert attorneys James Sexton and the lead attorney, shows you exactly how to avoid every costly prenup mistake, all for the price of a couple of dinner dates. Tap the link pinned to the top of the comment section to safeguard your future and join the hundreds of soon-to-be husbands protecting their marriages the right way.
I don't plan on being married or being in a relationship probably for the rest of my life. I have woken up, to the reality of what marriage really is for a woman. and how it does absolutely nothing for women.
Okay. Well, that's okay. I think the more people realize that marriage is not for them, preferably before they get married and have kids, the better. And the key phrase is more people need to realize that before they get married and have kids. But based on what she's saying here and saying women have it the absolute worst in marriage in the time where women have never had it any better, had any more rights than now, to me proves that she is the delusional one and most likely a feminist. Let's get back to the crash out video.
It will be hard. It will test you in ways that you didn't know that you could even be tested. You will have to fight for those kids, most likely. You will have to fight for those kids. You will have to wake up every morning and question, just real talk, if motherhood is really something that you want anymore, because these men make it so hard. They make it so hard to be a mom. They take away all of the tender moments of motherhood that you could have had, but you were stuck in survival mode. So you didn't even really get to enjoy it. You're just surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up.
Was it worth it ruining your marriage? She's complaining about child support here, but what I want to focus on also is her saying we're out here trying to survive. I think that's the human experience. Sure, there are people who are surviving better than others, yes. But if you look in the past in history of families that have come before you, were they not also trying to survive? By the way, I'm talking about within the confines of a marriage. After the marriage, if you become a single mother, you are screwed. You are screwed. Right? Most single mothers like they think they live below the poverty line or close to it. Let me search. Ms. Coffey, do most single mothers live below or close to the poverty line?
Yes, love, that's true. Single mothers are statistically one of the groups most at risk of poverty. Poverty rates, single mother households have far higher poverty rates compared to married couple families. A large share live at or near the poverty line. Why one income instead of two? Childcare costs, wage gaps, and the difficulty of balancing work with parenting duties all pile up.
Listen, I have a 1-year-old, have a wife, and have help. When I say help, I mean like family members who help. But even with my experience now, I would have thought that I would understand a bit better, but I'm even more confused. I'm more confused at why people would put themselves in a situation like that. And I'm not just talking about people who decide to divorce or leave marriages. I'm talking about people who decide to willingly become mothers, single mothers by choice. I don't get why you would want that. I'll be curious to see how that works. Guys, hear me when I tell you, I really don't know how single mothers out here do it. And I'm not saying that in the way of like championing that at all, because I know that it can't be done very well, because we know it's not. We're talking about raising children growing up in single mother households. Now, you have to do what you can, right? If you're a single mom, you have to find help somehow, some way. You have to reach out, get help. The truth is, it's actually made me more sympathetic.
$250 a month, and my ex is a nurse. $250 a month. I'm sorry.
What about 50-50
I don't even
custody?
know if I'm going to post this. These men will take everything from you. They will promise you so much. They will promise you so much. And it will feel great at first. It will feel peaceful at first. And for some reason, when you have their child, they will abandon you. They will discard you. Even if they don't cheat, even if they don't do anything significant, they'll emotionally turn away from you to the point where you leave. I left. I can't be in that. It is not what we were promised. It is not what you think it is. I promise you. I promise you.
There we go. Guys, I'm sorry I paused this so many times. This chick is telling on herself. I should have let her talk. I am sorry. I know there's going to be people, damn, she should let the video. I'm sorry, guys. This chick just told on herself. She believed in a fairy tale. What did you believe marriage was? It's not a fairy tale. Chances are she's over here talking about even if he doesn't cheat, because he probably didn't cheat. but she still left because she was promised a Cinderella story. Now she says, marriage is not for me. Life is not for you. The question here isn't men did this to you. It's who lied to you. Who lied to you that you thought marriage was some sort of fairy tale?
And before you come on here and say, oh, well, my situation's not like that, good for you, honey. You are in the 1% of women that are very lucky because the rest of us don't have that. And the rest of us become single moms. And it sucks because all I wanted was to be a mom. I love being a mom. But the best parts of my motherhood were taken from me. And in fact, the first time I got pregnant, the man said he couldn't have kids and then fought me in court for 5 years. Fought me in court for 5 years to take away my son that he claimed in the beginning he wasn't even capable of producing because he didn't want to wrap it up at first. Yeah, yep. I can't handle it. I can't handle this. I can't handle men anymore. Y'all are liars. You lie to women. You promise us a lot. We are objects to you. We are things that you put on your shelf. I am a human being and my life is forever changed. My life is forever changed. I will never be the same. My youth was stolen from me. I had to put my boots on the ground and become a single mom at 21 years old. I didn't get to live. I didn't get to live. I didn't. My life is not what I wanted it to be. Not even close. But I love being a mom. I'm holding space for two things at one time. Just don't date men. We are at a point in society where we are waking up to the reality of the patriarchy, which is a very real thing that I didn't used to believe in.
Bro, I was so lenient. Like earlier, I didn't think these like talking points would come up, but
now to what men are really like. I will never see the change in men that I need to see to feel safe enough to ever date again in my entire life. It will take too long. The change that we need to see in men will take too long. It's 100, 200 years from now.
What change do you think is coming?
So that's my life. So just don't date men. Just don't. Just focus on yourself. And don't have kids with the wrong person. And I don't know how to tell you what man is the right man because I thought they both were. I thought they both were the right man, and they were not.
Okay. We've got women going their own way here. Top comment here says, who else wants to hug her? Somebody else here says, marriage is a humiliation ritual. Here's somebody else who says, she's not exaggerating, not even a little bit. Here's somebody else who says, young women listen to her. Somebody else here says, this isn't a crash out. This is the truth. Here's somebody else who added, marriage is a scam. Here's somebody else who says, do not get married and have kids unless you plan and are capable of becoming a single mom. Is the absolute best advice for young women I have ever heard. Signed, a divorced single mom of two. Okay. Even the advice of don't get married unless if you're okay being a single mom is horrible advice. That's terrible advice because being a single mom hurts your children. Sorry, you don't want to hear it, but that's terrible advice. You're still just focused on you in that particular situation. This lady here is talking about the change that she wants to see in men. And I'm assuming the change that she's talking about is this expectation that men in the future will somehow evolve into these emotionally available men. They'll be more willing to take on the emotional load within the relationship. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. This utopia in the future of men who are all of a sudden going to act like women because that's what they want is not coming. It's just not coming. Because if your idea of a successful marriage is based on happiness, then you're chasing an emotion that you will never be able to sustain. Guys, of course, I'm curious to know, what do you think? Leave your comments down below. Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link pinned to the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.